Now, a kingdom is a domain with a king who is the sole ruler of the kingdom. The kingdom of God is here on earth. Thy kingdom come here on earth as it is in heaven. As the kingdom of God is in heaven, so is the kingdom of God here on earth. So we have the kingdom of God as our island in heaven, island nation. That's how I can put it together for you to understand. So we take our command from the kingdom of heaven. But the kingdom of God here on earth, Jesus is the sole ruler. That's why the Bible says, upon the shoulders, upon the kingdom, the government shall be upon the shoulders, and of his kingdom there shall be no end. He's the sole ruler of the kingdom. And for you to have access to the kingdom, you must abide and accept the principles of the kingdom. When you accept and believe in the principles of the kingdom, then you have given the privilege and the right to access the treasures of the kingdom. But if you don't, that means you are intruding into the kingdom. So one thing that we should understand is Christ is the sole ruler of the kingdom of God here on earth. And we have to understand the person of Christ. Because if Christ hadn't come to rule over the kingdom of God here on earth, I wonder what would have been of the image of God before humans. Because Christ is the access point where we can actually see God through. And for us to have that understanding is for us to know who this man Jesus is and accept him. When he came, God could not in his own way come in his fullness, because if he had, nobody can stand his presence. That's why he had to come in form of man. When Christ came in form of man, is to reduce the heaviness of the glory of God so that we can communicate and we can stand before the presence of God. He came in that medium. And for us to understand it, to communicate and reach out to us, because several means have been used, prophets and the rest in the Old Testament. And he came to do the final work for us. So if you know him, you will know God. That's why he had to return back to the kingdom of God in heaven. Yea, he is seated at the right hand of God the Father Almighty. So if you have the understanding, the foundation of your faith is the belief, your substance is laid. You first lay the foundation, and begin to increase in the substance of your because you believe. And a lot of people, one of the most difficult things that people find is the evidence, speaking. But some people can speak for hours, without substance, without any evidence. They just keep speaking this way, They speak emptiness, they speak disaster, they speak death, they speak different things. These things you're speaking also in the kingdom of darkness, these are evidences for them to reach out, to their victims.